Welcome back. Mayor Michael Hancock joins us now on our Denver 7 for our biweekly interview. So, Mayor, thank you for being here, as always.
Oh, glad to be with you this morning.
And Mr. Mayor, COVID numbers are down. We're seeing a huge vaccination push this whole week. What kind of immediate impact is the city anticipating?
It's going to take a while, as you know, Eric. It's you're required to have two vaccines, with the last one being the booster to complete the process. So it's going to be a while. Right now, we are in the midst of making sure our frontline emergency responders are receiving the vaccine. It'll probably be late spring, early summer before the general public has full access as we go through the tiers. But I can tell you there's a great deal of optimism and confidence as this vaccine begins to take hold, and more and more people are lining up to get the vaccine. So it's very important to us that people get vaccinated.
Absolutely. A little bit of hope, finally. What's the city's plan to give these shots in a timely manner and also track who's gotten them?
Well, I missed the last part of your question, but I can tell you the city obviously will follow the framework laid out by the state. We get a chance to, we have a little flexibility within that, but the framework makes a lot of sense. Let's get our frontline workers, emergency responders vaccinated. Let's move to the most vulnerable populations that we have, and then go on through there to ultimately get to the general public. So, again, we expect this to be a process that takes us through the summer. It's very important, again, that people get vaccinated, that they raise their awareness, they get vaccinated, and we begin to recover, go from surviving to recovery and thriving as an economy, quite frankly. And we need to get people back to some level of normalcy.
And Mayor, we know about Thanksgiving and some of the response to your travel. Now Aurora's mayor in hot water after coming to work sick right before testing positive for COVID. What advice would you give to others in positions of power regarding handling the virus and public perception?
Well, Eric, again, we have the ability to set and model the right behavior. Several of us have failed over the holiday to do that. We get a chance to reset, but nothing trumps really the need for us to focus on what is at hand, and that is to save lives and to save livelihoods, and to continue to stand up and be strong about what's important. Follow the science, because at the end of the day, that's the one thing that has saved lives and have saved the livelihoods is science. And if we're the vessels for that message, then we have to be true to the science that's out there and make sure that is the story that we have to follow. And also be willing, of course, to say, I made a mistake, and I should not have done this. We're human beings, and it's important that people know that you're willing to acknowledge the failures, your mistakes that you make, and able to continue to go forward to represent them as best you can.
Absolutely. I want to mention real quick before we wrap up, you did say you're going to stay in town for Christmas, so just so people are clear on that.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Mayor Hancock.
You bet. Thank you all for having me.